How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here with another Digimon Beatbreak episode review. Today's episode is episode 12, entitled A New Family. And since we keeping it like family, I need you guys to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so be notified of more reviews like this one. And don't forget, share that video and click on that Patreon link in the description below. Anything you choose to donate will be graciously appreciated. So, man, this has been, I have to say, I gotta say, I might have to extend my, wait 10 episodes to wait 12 episodes. Because this gave me everything I've been looking for. As a matter of fact, I've seen other people make posts, on Facebook and on Reddit and other places, being frustrated like I am with how Tomoro kept going backwards. And I guess, and some people had said this, but I guess, because I was giving it time, but I guess that we're waiting for a moment like this where he could fully, let out not all his emotions, but let out his emotions and get stuff together. So I like the recap, which one thing that Digimon Beatbreak does that I appreciate. I'm 50-50 on it, but I appreciate theme song first. Then we get to the episode, even if you're doing a flashback or we're doing this literally just happened immediately afterwards. I do appreciate that. It's different because, I kind of what you would expect. Recap him going, oh no, Kyo, Gekkomon, you're a ball. Oh man, Murasamamon, you're down on one knee. And then we go into the theme song. I like how they did that. But we get introduced, and I put in my notes, we get introduced to 3 new Digimon. No. Technically, we're introduced to 4, even though we met the 4th one on episode 2. And I guess this Digimon, in my note and looking up stuff, it showed up in other shows. I just didn't remember it. Cross Wars I have so many issues with the first 2 seasons of Cross Wars, but there are some things I like the Digimon designs. Just like that they didn't care about levels. And I hope that this show isn't dipping into that either, but it could be a protagonist thing. Let's talk about these 4 Digimon first. First, we're going to talk about the new one that I've never seen. Apparently, this thing is the partner of somebody on Digimon Liberator manga. I really need to start reading manga again. Would you guys like to see me talk about some Digimon manga? Maybe sprinkle that in there. Maybe do some reviews, talk about that. All right. Leave a comment down below if that's what you would like. So, this is Marine Bullmon. And the colors might look a little familiar. Just give it a little bit of time here. So I'm scoot back a little bit. Marine Bullmon. See that pink? It was like a marine aquatic Digimon. This thing is the evolution of Shellmon and the warp evolution of Sangamon, which Sangomon is the rookie/child form they made that properly goes into Shellmon. Because, Digimon evolution lines split. They can turn into anything depending on how they're raised and their environment and stimuli and stuff like that. This is an ultimate level Digimon, perfect in Japanese. A mollusk, aquatic, data type, right? And this, its bio says a mollusk Digimon whose body is covered in a mucus-like veil. It is often seen coexisting with Digimon like Shellmon and Sangomon, who are classified as mollusk types as well. Although it has extremely strong sense of territoriality, didn't know that was a real word, and is merciless towards invading enemies that enter its territory. Could have wrapped that up with a different sentence. Anyway, it also has a side with a strong sense of kinship, in which it tries to protect the Digimon it is in a symbiotic relationship with. You see the sea anemone on its back, and it's kind of like one of those snails that have the anemones on the back of it. I could just make sense, right? Now, the mucus that covers its entire body is slimy and reduces friction to the utmost limits. Since its strikes and slashes are all hindered by the mucus, it boasts high defensive power despite its soft body surface. In exchange, its movements are very sluggish, so it camouflages itself by slipping into the sand beneath the sea and making only the tentacles protruding from its back visible. Preys on enemies that enter its territory by dragging them into the sand with its tentacles and extend from the ocean floor. So If one spots Marine Bullmon's tentacles, they should be cautious of surprise attacks. First of all, this thing is strong as hell. Like, it broke out of a mirror world, glowing yellow Super Saiyan. Like they scanned the Sapotama with Night Kiropomon, Batmanmon, to see that its Sapotama was super juiced, and Kyo came to the conclusion this thing has been over exceeded with E-Pulse, which is why it's going berserk. It's even saying must destroy everything. It seems like it's in a lot of pain, right? Didn't mention its attack, Hydro Demolisher, which is high pressured water ball, which we see Gekkomon kick it into the sea, destroying some, I don't know, I guess another broken down building from the catastrophe. It would suck if something or someone was living in there, right? And then this other move is Toxic Spray, where it sprays viscous poison liquid from the tubular organs in its arms. It literally like had buster cannons. It was spraying this liquid. Didn't seem acidic. It just, they couldn't move. They were paralyzed a bit. It's about to destroy the HQ of the Glowing Dawn. Seems like it was manufactured. Of course it was manufactured. Now, I mentioned 3. So let's talk about the little baby form, the little tiny form of Gekkomon. Gekkomon. We'll do it right. We'll do it right here. This is, look at the baby. I know that's bright. I'm sorry. That is extremely bright. Gekkomon. Which, not to be confused with Gekkomon, the baby 2 form, where it has legs. Baby 1, no legs. Baby 2, legs. And they're both called Gekkomon. Gekkomon and Gekkomon. Double K's is kind of like a pause in there. So like Gekkomon is Gekkomon technically. Let's read a little bit about this little baby boy. Gekkomon, the baby 1 form. Slime Digimon with richly colored body surface. Although it's a soft and flexible body surface, its 3 horns are unusually hard for a slime type Digimon and are useful for defending itself when attacked by intruders. When it senses danger, it spews Ninchakusei no Awa bubbles, paralyzing bubbles, adhesive bubbles, from its mouth to distract the opponent, then it seizes the opportunity to flee. It kept just saying Keko. It's cute. Like, the baby ones don't really talk. Just Keko. Couldn't really talk. So adorable. This is the form he went to when he immediately was born and then turned into Gekkomon. This is what he turned into when getting wiped out by Flaremon's Gyoho Noken. I don't even remember the name of the move. I know it's Gyoho Ha. Whatever, man. But then our baby boy Gekkomon evolved into Armalizamon. I am thankful for Wikimon because I can just show you how he looks on the show, then we can see how his digital portrait is. Let's get some of that color down. Look at that. Pink. Pink. Didn't turn into like a ninja, kind of like what I was almost thinking he would become. Just Armalizamon. He is literally an armored lizard. And I like that for Gekkomon. That means Gekkomon is... Okay, well, if we think about it, because Gammamon was a dinosaur that turned into other dinosaurs, but then they turned into like a dragon, a dragon. And then the Dino Dragon turned into like a Dino Man, kind of like how Metal Greymon turns into War Greymon, which is technically a Dragon Man, but also a Dino Man. So yeah, let's read about this. It's a champion reptile data type, right? A reptile Digimon whose whole body is covered in hard scales, and it has a habit of consuming highly dense materials in order to maintain the hardness of said scales, and is based near mineral deposits. It has a nature of wandering around in search of new veins once it can no longer extract minerals from that deposit. The minerals devoured by Armalizamon, I think there's other Lizamons or Lizamons, are broken down into particles in a disintegration factor housed within it. Disintegration reactor housed within it, which explains why it has a hyper laser. when I get to my other notes and show you, we could talk about those hyper lasers, right? Where am I here? Which are converting energy via the vein-shaped particle accelerator that runs throughout his body and allows it to do the neutron laser. I'm going to speed through this because there's a lot to read. During close combat, it burns through the enemy with the neutron blade it has. It also has a death roll press because Gekkomon roll attacks, right? This thing premiered with a roll attack. Crazy. 3 different moves. A roll, a laser, neutron diffuser, which scatters beams. Probably does the Godzilla scatter. That's pretty dang cool. First time we're seeing this. Now, I'm bringing up the 4th one because I was right. And I wish you guys would have told me I was right already. Because it is Gekkomon. Gekkomon, spelled Goukuw. Gokuwu, but it's Gekkomon. This thing showed up already, apparently. By the way, in Japan, there are 2 kinds of Gekkomon. The gold bug, that in the dub here, we call it Reapermon, because the Goku that it, for its characters in Japanese, it's Goku as in like Gates of Hell, Jin Goku. Gekkomon here is, again, a perfect ultimate level Digimon, right? Not going to go through all of his stats, but it showed up as a servant of Sanzomon, and it was in the Hunters Who Left Through Time. Oh, wait, that's the 3rd season. And Sanzomon, yeah, we're not going to talk about Sanzomon. But yeah, so this Digimon showed up before. And apparently his partner is called Kanata, who's one of the 5 stars. Let me get his full name here. Hold on. Wait. We have a full name. I also have a voice actors list. Genjo Kanata. Not Canada, Kanata. So there you have it. 4 new Digimon. I know I spent time talking about it, but they're new. You know this. I do this all the time. So Tomoro has grown. After the whole incident, he visited his brother, kind of talking to him, and he blames himself for what happened with Hitomi. He blames himself for what happened with Kyo, because it kind of is his fault, and he blames himself for what happened with his brother. Excuse me. And I think I forgot to. There we go. He blames himself for what happened with his brother. We get a lot of flashbacks between that, him thinking about when he told Gekkomon, I wish you weren't born. He doesn't have tense moments with the rest of the Glowing Dawn, but when Reina, when Kyo says, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay with us and stay being a cleaner? Even if you choose not to, we won't forget about Asuka. What do you want to do? And, Gekkomon runs away. And, of course, the other Digimon go after him. Except for Kugermon. Kugermon's hurt. Kugermon needs to rest. But the others go after. And Reina, kind of, grabs his shoulder and, you can't just, you got to go after him. You can't just. And he turns and he flinches. I'm like, man, what are you going through, kid? And he's getting flashbacks of when it was 6 months after him and his brother's parents got taken away by the ministry. I don't know why he never. Hopefully, in this next arc that's coming up, he will go. I need to find my parents and figure out what they knew and what's going on here. A character's gonna drop that. It's probably gonna be an enemy. One of the 5 stars be like, you don't even know about your parents. Tenma, Tomoro Tenma. You just know that's gonna happen. But he even told his brother, he's like, why? Hold on. He wonders why he smiles, and he says, why won't you tell me what's going on? And even said he hated his brother. Again, young, he's very emo, looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist. It's not his fault, but he's young. It is pretty realistic. I just have to be honest. When we get introduced to young kids in Digimon, like from series Adventure 1 and 2 and Tamers, we're used to some level of, they have kiddish behavior, but some of them are kind of mature-ish. This is just a different version of that. And excuse me, and I'm okay. I just don't like the back and forth that was going on, but the frustration they made me as a viewer feel pays off in here. It pays off here a lot. So once the attack happens and Gekkomon is running to go get Tomoro, because you know Tomoro where he is, and headbutts him, eats the egg, turns into Gekkomon and says, "We got to go save the others." And then Tomoro kind of stops, and he says something that Tomoro said to his brother. He says, he's crying out, saying, "Why don't you tell me what's going on, Dana?" And he thinks back, and of course Gekkomon goes off. And he remembers what his brother said. And what his brother had said to him, because he asked, "Why are you smiling all the time?" He says, "Look, things are hard on me too, but things aren't all bad. Besides, I get to spend more time with you, right?" And so when he's making up with Gekkomon after he saves him before he gets crushed by this Digimon, he says, "I'm sorry. I'm glad I met you." And this one kind of got me. I was getting a little bit choked up. He says ore, by the way. He doesn't say boku. He says ore. Ore is usually said by delinquents or strong badass characters or asshole characters. For reference, Yamayugi / the Pharaoh / Dark Yugi. If you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! On Crunchyroll, and if you watch it in Japanese, which I'm doing my 100th rewatching of that, but I'm watching in Japanese, the Pharaoh says ore. Ore is like very like, I'm important, I'm big, but it's also a punk's way of saying things. Phonetics in Japan matter. So even while he's having this tension moment, he's still a punk. He's a punk rocking kid. So he's like ore, but he's like, he cares about him. He's sorry. And I like that they made up. This is nice. Even at the end of the episode, he grabs Gekkomon from the bag and takes him to his brother and makes up with him. Well, not makes up with him, but introduces him. He's like, "Hey, this is Gekkomon. He's part of our family, Gekkomon." Like, and the reason why he kept acting like that, he tells him that he tells him, hold on, "Being with you reminds me of everything I hate about myself. But when I'm with you, thanks to you, I got to meet them," talking about the Glowing Dawn. "And when he's with him, he feels like he can be more honest with himself." I like that. Because remember, we got an episode with Makoto's friend Haruko, and she was having issues dealing with the fact that Shademon is a reflection of her. He has the same issue. It's like, this kid, like, Gekkomon's naive, he's childish, always hungry, cute, but, headstrong, but he's there. When he rocks with you, he rocks with you. So it kind of reminds him of all the things that Tomoro was doing when it came to his big brother. And I can get that. It's a little bit weak when I think about it, but I can get that. And I like that. I like that this was wrapped up in this way. So I expect him to still do a bit of bickering and arguing. That's for the comedy, right? He's going to keep telling him, get in the damn bag, please. But I get that and I like that. Now, let's talk about Kyo, right? Let's talk about how Kyo... Oh, yeah, hold on. I got to show some pictures of the baby Gekkomon when they were... I like the fact that this isn't kind of a detail, but it's kind of not a detail. I appreciate... Matter of fact, let me just cut this. This might actually help. No, it did not. I like how the Digimon support one another. It reminds me a lot of... That's one of the good things about Ghost Game, was the Digimon supporting one another. The poor little baby. Hungry. He's sad and he's hungry. He was afraid of Kyo. He was running away from... Not Kyo. He was running away from Tomoro. But Kyo goes and explains to us about the 5 stars. And as a matter of fact, at the beginning of the episode, what's this guy named? Katsura. Gotta show no picture of the baby. Give me a second. I wrote all this crap down. Oh, wait. Oh, that's one of those details. I'm going to show you details later. Where's this guy called? Kaito. My bad. Kaito Kutsuna. He was the star of fire. Kyo was the star of gold. Kyo Sawashiro. Apparently, he joined them 11 years ago. It was 11 years ago. Kyo only cared about fighting. And that's kind of, I guess, where him and Kaito got along. Also, you're noticing that the Japanese ones, Kyo, Kanata, all those guys have K names. I guess I can just go ahead and just show that. I don't have to show the name, but. And the stars are based on Chinese, I don't want to say feng shui, but the Chinese system where technically there's 6 elements because void is in the middle, is the highest, but there's fire, water, gold, wood. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Is it earth? I feel like it's wood. It is earth, and then earth, which I always felt like wind was supposed to be in there, but that's kind of more of our traditional stuff. So Kanata's one of earth. They've kind of shown some stuff over the last 24 hours. He's taking Kyo's place. Let's keep talking. So let's talk about the World's Union, because Kaito, there's a guy there, the people who survey everything with the Geordie LaForge glasses, gave some the Sapotama, like, hey, tell the World's Union, I deleted the Raremonn, which he did. And Makoto heard that. And again, Reina stuck on dude being part of 5 stars. And so we get our answers about the 5-star. He was a different person, only cared about fighting. They brought him in, they gave him tons of money, but he didn't care. He just wanted to fight. Kyo, definitely, I told y'all I had a feeling about him. Kyo feels like he's supposed to be the protagonist of a different show. Legitimately, he already had his arc, and now he's cool leader of the group who takes a step back to let you all shine. I bet when everybody gets up to their ultimate forms, he's going to reveal, he's like, yeah, we could have always gone mega. Then turns into whatever Muramasa turns into, right? So, World Union, because remember the hospital they go to is called World Union, the World Union Hospital. Overtly, the ministry has jurisdiction over the Digimon incidents, but covertly, the World Union is really under control. He didn't know about this either when he first became a cleaner, but find out when it becomes part of the 5 stars. They're the world's largest corporate cartel. They develop and handle the Sapotamas. I'm telling you, even the old man that we meet, and I think he hasn't, hold on, we get his name too. What is his name? Chairman Wong. First of all, I love the fact that the names of the 5 stars are not just limited to Japanese, because there's Honaka Sakai, there's Rose Woodville, there's Clay Arslan. Can you guess what star he is? You get a feeling that this is very much world bound or worldwide, right? Get rid of this Gokubu-mon stuff. And it's deeper. I have a theory, and I saw someone else's theory, and I was like, wow, that's actually same for my theory. What if digital world does exist, but by stealing data there, or digicores, or even digitamas, that's how you make the Sapotamas, and people with strong or extraordinary e-pulses awaken the digicores or birth out the Digimon that are in these Sapotamas, because maybe they found a way of just stealing eggs from the hatcheries and turn them into these things, and found a way of making money and making people's lives better. Maybe the natural disaster was from some eldritch Digimon being, and the ones who first had Digimon were like, we're going to stop it. They stop it, but hey, I guess we're going to use them to make our world better because we hold a grudge against them. That's probably what happened. That's my thought. Damn, this was a really good episode, because now you got me turning. By the way, they put out immediately after this episode was done, our next arc is called the Tactic Arc. The largest cleaner group worldwide is called the Tactic Group. And we're going to have, is it 4-on-4? 4-on-4 action. I'm going to put both that trailer and the trailer of Tomoro making up with Gekkomon, and Gekkomon turning into Armor Lizamon in the description. So click on those, take a look at them. It's to make up for me not being able to insert those things. I don't know if I'll be able to insert them anyway, but just one of the guys. Let's talk about these characters, because the leader is Raito Sauda. There's Hotaruko Kanuma. Damn, that's a name. There's a black girl called Granite. Then there's Seraphi Naito, who is a buff dude wearing one of those sleeves that you see basketball players wear, like an arm brace. Yeah, they're Digimon. Top of my head, going from the leader, then the two girls, and then the other guy. Leader dude has Dorumon. Dorumon can turn into Alphamon. So if he's gonna go head to head, toe to toe with our guy here, with dragon versus lizard or whatever, if he doesn't turn into Sladramon, which is another alternate path, because Dorumon can final form is either Alphamon or Dorug. Is it Dorugamon? It's Dorugamon, I believe, depending on what happens, what they turn into. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. The young lady, what is her Digimon? Not Shellmon, Molluskmon. The little, it looks. I wish I had my Digimon cards. It's a little green oyster looking Digimon. Is that thing gonna turn to a Shellmon? Is that thing gonna turn to a Seadramon? Seadramon is probably one of my favorite Digimon that isn't something that's on land or dragon or ninja or something. That'll be kind of cool, right? Granted, who I would expect it to be like the reconnaissance girl, she has a Ludomon. I think Ludomon's last form becomes that electric dragon thing. And the big buff dude, this is what made me go crazy. He has Gigasmon as a partner. Grumblemon and Gigasmon are two of my favorite Digimon from Digimon Frontier. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because me Grumblemon, me beat you up. I don't know if it's because of the voice actor they had in the dub, or if it's just because of this design. I like this legendary beast of Earth. This guy is, I don't know what it is, but I like this Digimon a lot. Now, the card game, the hybrid forms are varying between like ultimate and champion forms. I still feel like Gigasmon is technically an ultimate level Digimon. That's just kind of how I feel. But damn, Gigasmon versus Muramasemon, that's going to be a good battle. I'm looking forward to this next arc. So first arc, the beginning arc, ending on episode 12, starting with 13. Shit's about to get real. I'm looking forward to it. As a matter of fact, what happened? Oh, I didn't put Kyo fought. We see a flashback of one of the Digimon Kyo fought. He fought an Andromon. Andromon. We saw Andromon in Digimon Adventure 1, 2, the reboot or remake. I'm just gonna pull up Andromon right now for the uninitiated. There we go. We'll just Andromon. He was fighting Andromon. That's insane. And the first time he fought Andromon was the first time he saw Kugamon turn into Muramasemon. That's badass. Strong E-Pulse, the guy that's people looking to recruit. I think it might have been the Wong guy looking to recruit to make the 5 stars. Now let me go down here. Tell you what is going to happen next time. Next time everyone's happy. There's the 5-star meeting. Details. I know I'm already at 30 minutes, but I gotta talk about some details here. Detail number 1. Kugamon being outside because he can't go inside the hospital. I don't know what your explanation for that is. It's just going to say, oh, it's just a giant pet or it's a fake hologram. Secondly, when they were making note that Gekkomon has grown up, when Kiromon records things, his eye flashes, but you see when he takes the picture for 2 seconds, It's a blink and miss a moment. Gekkomon puts a peace sign and smiles. I love those details. Also, what's another good detail? Here I can show you the bad guy. It was Kanata. He was first in the shadows. Didn't think they were going to show. They were going to show the bad guys, but yeah, they did. Man, that looks too blurry. Keep going. Lasers. Armor Lizard with just a giga laser, like some Godzilla shit. Oh yeah, there you go. Just round it out. Trying to make it so I didn't take these pictures for nothing. But excuse me. Nope. This detail here. I don't know, stuff like that, mate. Just stuff like this I love, because Gekkomon is upside down. You can't see it. I can't even see it too well on mine. But the screen that they're looking at is also upside down, because even though it's flashed out, you know that they're looking at something. It's also, I don't know, details like that I really, really, really like. I'm a nerd when it comes to that type of stuff. But yes, I called it. There was Gekkomon. There's like two in Japan. There's like two Gokumons. There's two Hackmons. But of course, over here, I don't know why the West thinks that children or viewers are dumb. Or maybe they're just trying to stop people from complaining. I don't know. We have two Gekkomons now, so shut up. It doesn't matter. Regardless, I've gone very far. I've talked a lot. This was a really good episode. I feel better about our main character. I feel better. The world keeps expanding, and with every question we get answers, but we get things get even more intriguing. 5 out of 5. Period. Really good episode. Probably the best episode of this arc, of this whole entire beginning arc. Also, if Bull Marinmon or Marine Bullmon, whichever one it is, Marine Bullmon, this is an ultimate level Digimon, but Armor Lizardmon is a champion level Digimon. You trying to tell me like Tomoro's Epos is so strong they can power this thing up to do a Giga Laser to kick him right in what looked like it was the neck, but chest, neck area, to the point where it just instantly reverts to the baby form with the Sapo top. That's what we doing. Like, he's that strong. Or maybe the thing was that much in pain that it needed that to get beat up. I don't know. We are setting standards for how strong Armor Lizardmon is. And Reina is excited because they all got champions. Now they can complete tougher missions. I like that they all can hold their own now. So it'll probably take like another 12 episodes to get ultimate forms for them once they deal with this tactic team. That's also another thing I was asking for human rivals. I was hoping we would have got human rivals in Ghost Game, but we got them here. I'm not complaining. 5 out of 5. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I know this is a little bit longer, but I had to talk about all this. This was too good, too much fun. Please, in addition to leaving a comment, please don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so be notified of more reviews like this one. Share the video and visit that Patreon link in the description below. Guys, be good, be blessed, wash your hands, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. I know it's the holidays. Things can be rough. You know, it gets dark at 4 p.m. and the holidays are harder on some people than it is on others. But I'm telling you, if you are feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling sad, you're feeling anything, please reach out to someone. There are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. There are people that want to help you shoulder your burdens, all right? Give them a chance to help you out, okay? If you want to talk to me, my social medias are also in the description below. Give me a follow, say hello, be mellow, and we will be good to go, all right? All right, y'all. I didn't say it in the beginning, so I'm going to say it here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus if you celebrate for the rest of us. I will see you guys next time. Damn, this was good.